This video we're going to look at a lot of clips from UT running their tackle power from this past year. We're going to go pretty quick, give you kind of the base of what it is, see a bunch of different looks, and give you a couple different personnels. They did a lot out of 10 personnel, and then did it a little bit out of 20 personnel as well. So we'll give you some looks at different personnels against different fronts as well. This is without a doubt my favorite way to run power, and all it really is looking like zone that direction. You're pulling for the front side linebacker right there. So right here, if you're talking with O lineman, this tackle, he's probably going to be down right there. They actually double that nose. They get a shoulder to him as they're working up there. He's blocking back right there. So instead of running power where you're pulling this guard, now you're just pulling that tackle. And instead of him having a gap hinge get into that gap, which is an extremely difficult block, now that guard just blocks back. He pulls around. A lot better angles right there. A lot less time working this drill as far as trying to get that gap opposed to just blocking back and pulling the tackle. So right here we'll take a look at it. One-on-one right there. Double team as you see. Right guard's trying to get that hip to it. Gives him a little bit of a nudge as he's working up to that linebacker. Real light box here, 5-man box. You can see wide splits here, a chance to possibly throw the quick screens and stuff out there as well. So right there, double team, good block right there. Tackle just skip pulls this, eyes right here. Whenever he fills in, hopefully you can put front side, shoulder on it, boom, right there. Extend those hips, and you see right there, creating that wall. Kick, now we're rolling right there. Creating explosive play, getting those guys wide out of the box. Try to roll this safety into the box or down so that they could get an extra guy in there, but obviously it doesn't quite work. They run away from it, and right there, explosive play there for Tennessee against Ball State. Right here on this look, looks like Ball State trying to get to a 3-4, but they ended up lining up in basically a 3-3 stack. So right here, if you're looking at the beginning, looks like the tackle and the guard, with him being such a tight B-gap player, probably a 3-tech, maybe 4-eye, they just decided to double there up to that middle stack. Right there, you can see a really good double team. That guard ends up coming off late right there to him. And if you're looking backside, there's a center. He's going to be one-on-one, trying to fight front side right there with your hips. Kind of gets gapped out right there as far as that D tackle. Playing strong right there. There's your puller there from the tackle. Easy block back on a 3-tech. Here would be your read for the quarterback. If you're saying, hey, we're reading in the box, we'll read there since he's the most dangerous and they're doubling that mic. Here's the guy that you're pulling for. Obviously, you're RPOing. You're probably reading this guy out here for a possible throw, or you could read front side. Some sort of tag right there where you can read front side, possibly throw quick screen stuff out there. But a lot of movement there up front. Not great with our bases in a couple different spots. There's the kick. Probably tell him, hey, play a little bit more aggressively. And really not a huge reason why, just to come to balance right there. But he chops his feet, tries to put play side shoulder, fall forward for about 3 or 4. Here's a look against Alabama. Wide splits here with the stacks. I think same thing probably from the other side. 3-2 box right here, so really light box. If he slides down and blitzes off the edge or something like that, you could read that for a possible pull. And obviously, you could throw the RPO out there if you felt good about that as well. So right here, double team there to the backside. Base backside on him across your face, pulling around for the front side and just basing right here. As you're looking at the O-line, looks like this nose gets pushed into the backside gap, is what they want. Strong arm to the outside, work up with that guard. This end right here collapses this tackle just a little bit, and this backside tackle that's pulling around just plays fast. He's not worried about the exact gap. He's just getting up on his backer with his eyes on him. Right here you can see as he's pulling, not really worried about all that. He's just got his eyes on the backer. Wherever he fills in, it's probably where that open gap is. Play fast. Running back does a great job having patience. If you're watching this from the back's perspective, be a little bit more patient because that tackle is pulling instead of a guard. Good patience right there. Gets behind the big dude. Kicks, makes a cut, playing fast, runs through an arm tackle. Explosive play against Alabama. Finishes his run right there for another 2. But again, light box for those wide splits. And the only way that you get a light box right there is to threaten the defense with those splits and get the ball out there consistently and make those guys get out of the box right there. So really good run, really good patience there by the running back. Good execution there by the line as well. Here against Georgia, same thing. You have your stack receivers out here. Make those guys play wide. It's the 4th quarter, and Georgia's up by 21. So right here, probably playing a little bit more towards the pass. Again, double team the nose, up, base right there, block back. Don't let him beat you across your face, pulling for right there. Tailback's got to slow down a little bit, make sure he can get behind that tackle. So right here, tackle's pulling around. Easy release here by this guard. Looks like the nose maybe slanted away. Works straight up to that linebacker. There's the puller. Play side shoulder on the linebacker kick. Now we're rolling right there. Easy gap right there for the running back to take. Plus 4 for about 5. Linebacker does a great job getting off this block. Guard works straight up to him. But really good football player. Absorbs a shot, gets off, makes a tackle for about 5 or 6. I think it's that light box with no movement from your linebackers or from the defensive line. And right there, they're getting a body on a body, but you only get them down for 5 or 6. I'd say that's a win for Georgia, being able to get him on the ground in that way. But if you can get those guys wide, Again, threaten them with the pass, threaten them with screens and stuff like that, and being consistent with it. You can get these light boxes and run it downhill. Here's a look right here against Akron where they run tackle power against the 4 front. I'd probably run it a little bit different than this, but the way they end up doing it is they take these 4 and they block these 4 defensive linemen. So basing there, base, he's blocking back. He blocks all the way back to the 5 tech. He pulls around for the Mike. I'd probably block it a little bit differently. I'd block the A-gap player, double the A-gap player to the backside linebacker. We'd really push that double team. We'd read this defensive end with the quarterback. He'd block back. He's pulling for that backer. Base right there. So that's how I do it. But right here, UT, they block 4 down to the Mike, pulling right there with that backside tackle. Quarterback's eyes are up for that RPO, probably reading this cat right here. As long as he stays out of the box, we know we're 5-on-5. Makes a good cut, a good read right there. Gets into that backside, falls forward for about 10. So again, a couple of different ways that you can do this tackle power. It just depends on how you want to do it and treat your rules against that 4 front. Or they blocked 4 down and the Mike, leaving him for the RPO read. And again, light box, explosive play right there, make him stay out of the box with RPOs. And now you're able to fall forward for 10. Right here on this one, more of a 4-2 box from Missouri. So they end up having to read this backside C. To even it up, quarterback's obviously got to take the backside C right here with the read. So they block a little bit more like what I would. You're going to base right there. Don't let him beat you across your face. Double team that A-gap player to the backside. Base, pull for the front side right there. Obviously, you have to read this backside C to even the numbers up. Wide splits here with the stack. You always have the pre-snap option to flip it out there if they don't get lined up in time. So right here, lots of good stuff. Great job here. Make sure you start working your hips to the inside. Create that wall. He has to go way over the top. He has to go extremely flat to get this play. Ran down for the backside. There's the puller. The double team on that A-gap player allowed this center, since they were both in 2 techs, just basically to work up. You notice he's trying to get play side. If he starts working that way, just move him as far as he wants to go, staying square. So the running back has a 2-way cut off of you right there. So great job there by the center, working up and being square. Don't really have to move him vertically. We can move him horizontally like he does right here. Stay square. Running back makes a cut off of him. And now they're rolling. Just a shoestring tackle right there, keeping him from getting up on the safety. And it was this backside D tackle that makes the play. We have to work our hips once they start trying to release. Get up there, just rip and run. Try to get in front to cut him off. So now he can't make this play, diving, on the ankles right there. Should be rolling that safety. If you make him miss, it's going to be a touchdown. And they're going to tackle power out of this twin set. Typically, they're going to run it away from where they're aligned with the twins. They could run it this direction where they're just running power. But just basically, if you just keep your same rules, you'd say, hey, we're blocking there. We're going to double team the A-gap player to the backside linebacker. Block back, pulling for the front side. He's going to be the guy that fills in there on the C-gap is who he's going to take. So right there, he's walking down. He's the first one, so it's countered as basically the fullback is now the kick instead of the lead. Everybody else is just basically running the same rules they want. Linebacker walking down, blitz off the edge. They're getting a little bit of a slant there to the fullback. So he's running right here to kick. He's going right there to lead. And right there, they're getting a body on body. This linebacker flows over top, does a good job seeing that, probably reading this fullback. And as soon as he starts flowing right there, he flows pretty quickly over the top. He's trying to get downhill. But right there with how quickly he flows over the top, this center's not able to work up to him. He gets out leveraged right there. Still try to get a body to him. Really good reaction there by the linebacker. He's the free hitter, but he still can't make the play right there. Again, all it is counter right there. You're keeping your same rules that you'd have out of 10 personnel. Just now that fullback is blocking whatever shows up off the C-gap. He's still pulling for that linebacker. And just that linebacker does a great job of reading this, flowing over the top. Just not able to make the play right there against a really good running back. All right, right here against Missouri, running tackle power to the fullback over here. Missouri really doesn't get the extra guy down where it should. They brought him down to the weak side because there's no receiver. I'd say probably should be rolling this coverage if I'm rolling it at all that direction so we can get somebody in the C-gap right here. So we're just looking at the base rules again. Block down right there. Double team A-gap to the back side. Block back. Pulling for the front side. He's going to stay tight to presumably somebody coming right there to the C-gap. Nobody's really there, so he does a great job just staying tight, knowing that I don't need to chase right there. Stay in the box because that's where the ball's going to hit. He works directly up to the linebacker. So the linebacker that this tackle is supposed to be pulling for, just go ahead and take him. That tackle will make you right. So right there he takes him. Now that tackle is rolling in space. Just the leverage right there. Missouri didn't quite have it. And UT's rolling right there. Explosive play against the defense. It looked like they maybe rolled the wrong direction. They didn't get the linebacker down for that fullback, so they were able to get an extra body, extra hat there to even feel for that guy that was playing out of the box, maybe a nickel, some sort of a safety or DB that had rolled down for a big play for Tennessee. Here it is against Missouri, again running to the strong side, down here towards the goal line. they fire a backer. So right here, it almost turns into where everybody's just basically running zone that direction with the puller to kind of clean it up. And right here, with this linebacker firing, this tackle actually blocks down. So you could just treat it, hey, whenever it's weird, you just got inside gap just like inside zone. Right here, he's staying tight just like if he was running inside zone as well. Take him as far as he wants to go. Puller, clean it up. Right here, it ends up being that Mike flowing over the top, kicks him, and now he's trying to get downhill and get into the end zone. Right here, you can see this outside linebacker, he's popping his feet. Even though the quarterback's eyes are this direction, he's popping his feet. He's concerned with this RPO, possibly running a bang 8 or something like that, reading this backside safety if he feels into the box. So right there, he's pausing, just waiting to kind of see how this filters through. And right there, he flows in, makes the play, but obviously it's a 7-8 yard gain. Nearly gets into the end zone. But right there, interesting look, get down there close to the goal line. They almost zone this thing off. Definitely not what it would have looked like if you were just drawing it up, because you would say, hey, we're basing there, we're going to double this nose to the mic, we're blocking back, we're pulling for the front side. But that would get too much penetration here from the front side linebacker because his tackle's not going to be able to get there. So they just turn into zone. He fires, watch him down. Puller will make you right. Just don't give up penetration. Let that puller get around, moving his feet, and he'll make you right there. So interesting look against Mizzou, and still just playing violently, playing with some discipline with your eyes and your feet there from the O-line. And they're able to make a big play even though schematically it didn't look great as far as what Missouri did against it, but they're still able to make a play. Last look here, running it to the tight end, out of a tight end fullback set, 21 personnel, and really get down here close to the goal line. All you're saying is, hey, take this gap that direction. Try to get some vertical, maybe horizontal movement. He pulls. He's a C-gap guy. He's pulling around. He's just filling in for that front side linebacker. And right there you can see just creating a wall. There's the read for the quarterback. As you can see, if he pulls that thing, there's nobody left, so he's got to sit. And right here just getting some movement. And right there you can see a lot of movement in that gap where they're at right there. Center gets all the way up to the backside, playing violently. Good job right there, cutting him off by the tight end. Gets his hips to the front side gap. There's the fullback just pulling around, playing with reckless abandon, almost like you're running split zone right there. Whatever shows up off the edge, I'm going to kick. He's pulling, just trying to get some movement. Running back just gets in behind, falls forward into the end zone for a touchdown.